After 15 years, the 4Runner finally changes in a big way. The 2025 TRD iForce Max brings hybrid power, more torque than any 4Runner ever, and the same tough bones as the new Land Cruiser. It keeps the roll-down rear window, adds factory overland gear, and promises better MPG without losing that go-anywhere feel. But is it still a 4Runner at heart? Or just a tech-heavy SUV wearing a Legends badge? Stay with me, because one real-world test shocked us, and it could change which trim you should actually buy. Meet the all-new 2025 Toyota 4Runner TRD iForce Max. After more than a decade with the same formula, Toyota finally gives its adventure SUV a full reset. You still get the boxy stance, the roll-down rear window, and the go-anywhere attitude, but now with a hybrid-assisted powertrain for more low-end punch and better efficiency. It rides on Toyota's latest truck platform, the same tough bones used by the new Land Cruiser and Tacoma, aimed at people who want a rugged daily driver that can hit a trail without a second thought. The 4Runner has long been the reliable, no-drama choice for campers, climbers, and families who'd rather be outside. But the market's changed. Gas is pricey, tech matters, and rivals like Bronco and Wrangler have stepped up. That's why this launch is a big deal. Toyota promises the most torque ever in a 4Runner, modern safety and screens, and factory off-road hardware that looks ready for real use, not just photos. In this review, we're going to see if the new 4Runner still feels like a 4Runner. We'll look at the design up close, climb inside to check build quality and tech, and then head out for a real-world drive. Pavement and dirt. We'll talk trims, value, and what Toyota changed that you'll notice on day one. And there's one result from our testing that surprised us, and it might change which TRD model you should actually buy. Stay with me. Walk up to it, and the silhouette is classic 4Runner. Boxy, upright, confident. But the details are sharper. The TRD stance sits wider, the grille is bolder, and the skid plates look ready for real rocks, not just mall curbs. LED headlights. Slice thin, the wheel arches are squared off, and yes, that roll-down rear window still turns the whole cargo area into a breezy tailgate zone. It looks like a trail rig that cleaned up for downtown. Under the hood is the big headline, Toyota's iForce Max hybrid system. You're getting a turbo 2.4L paired with an electric motor for a combined 326 HP and a massive 465 lb-ft of torque, fed through an 8-speed automatic. Translation: instant low-end shove for steep climbs and quick merges without the old V6 thirst. On-road, it settles in quieter than before. Less drone, tighter steering feel, and a calmer ride thanks to the new frame and suspension. Off-road, the electric boost fills in the gaps, so you don't have to rev it to muscle over ledges. The hardware backs up the look. You've got a proper 2-speed transfer case, a locking rear differential on the TRD off-road grades, and a button to disconnect the front stabilizer bar for extra wheel articulation. Multi-terrain select lets you dial in grip for sand, mud, or rocks, while crawl control handles the slow technical stuff. The underbody camera shows where your tires actually are, so you don't have to guess at what's hiding under that crest. Towing, when properly equipped, Toyota rates it up to 6,000 pounds, weekend toys included. Inside, the cabin finally feels modern without losing that rugged DNA. Big, glove-friendly knobs sit below a crisp, available 14-inch touchscreen running Toyota's latest software. Wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, a wireless charger, and a handful of USB-C ports keep everyone powered. Higher trims bring a full digital gauge cluster and heated, ventilated seats. TRD Pro even adds those trick isodynamic seats that use built-in shocks to smooth out your head and shoulders on rough trails. Materials lean, durable, and easy to wipe, with just enough soft touch in the places you rest your arms. Need family. Flexibility. An available third row on select trims gives you emergency kid duty, while the flat load floor and wide hatch opening make Costco runs too easy. Safety tech jumps forward with Toyota Safety Sense 3.0. Think smarter lane centering, better adaptive cruise, and a system that can help ease off the throttle when you close in on traffic. It's the kind of tech that makes a boxy truck feel less tiring on long highway slogs. It's not perfect. Some will miss the sound of the old V6, and the Turbo 4 has a different character, stronger but more whoosh than growl. Big all-terrain tires add grip, but can add a touch of road noise. And with all this hardware, price. Creep is real, especially on the Halo trims. So how does it all shake out in the real world? Our mixed loop turned in a result we didn't expect, and one TRD grade outperformed another in a place you'd least expect. We'll break down the standout wins and the honest drawbacks next, and then talk trims and value before you spend $1. Here's the moment. We line up at our test hill, loose shale, cross-axle ruts, and a blind crest. 4 low engaged, rear locker on, sway bar disconnected. I ease into the throttle, and the hybrid wakes up instantly. No roar, just a clean surge. The tires paw, the nose lifts, and it walks the ledges at a steady crawl. No rev flare, no drama. On the way down, Regan plus downhill assist keeps speed in check so smoothly you can talk over the rocks pinging the skid plate. This is the most controlled a 4Runner has ever felt on this trail. Back on pavement, the surprise continues. From 30 to 70 mph, the I-Force Max feels punchy, more whoosh than growl, and passing gaps you'd skip in the old V6 are now easy wins. The cabin is calmer, the steering steadier, and wind noise better. Suppressed than we expected in a big, boxy truck. And our mixed loop? Let's just say the trip computer sat well above the old model's usual teens, even with all-terrain tires. Efficiency isn't a penalty anymore. But here's the twist. The TRD off-road with less aggressive tires and a slightly lighter setup felt quicker off the line and rode quieter than the TRD Pro. It also stopped shorter in our emergency brake run. The Pro fights back when the trail gets nasty. Those trick seats and tougher tires soak up hits the off-road can't. But for daily life, the sleeper pick isn't the Halo trim. It's not flawless. When the battery is low, you feel a brief pause off the line before the turbo builds. The 8-speed can hunt on gentle grades, and the brake pedal has a soft top inch thanks to Regan blending. None of it kills the vibe, but you'll notice it on your first week. So, did Toyota keep the 4Runner's soul? Yes, and made it faster, calmer, and more capable in the moments that matter. The turning point isn't whether it can still do the hard stuff. It's that it now makes the easy stuff effortless, too. Up next, the biggest wins, the honest drawbacks, and the trim we'd actually buy. Verdict. Toyota kept the 4Runner's soul and finally gave it the power and polish it needed. The I-Force Max Hybrid is the difference maker, strong low-end torque, calmer cruising, and real control off-road. The cabin tech and safety finally feel current, and the hardware is still honest. True 4x4, low range, locker, cameras, the works. It's a better 4Runner in the moments that matter. Pros, torque-rich hybrid punch, real off-road kit that actually works. Quieter ride, tighter steering, improved comfort. Useful tech with a big screen, wireless phone features, and solid driver assists. Classic utility touches like the roll-down rear glass and wide cargo space. Cons. Price creep on Halo trims. The Turbo 4 has more whoosh than growl. Occasional gear hunting and a soft brake feel from Regan. A brief lag when the battery is low. Who should buy it? Daily adventurers and families who want rugged dependability with modern convenience, the TRD off-road is the sleeper value. Weekend trail regulars who prioritize max capability and protection, the TRD Pro earns its badge on the hard stuff. Commuters who love the look but live on pavement, choose the trim with lighter tires and, if available, the hybrid for smooth torque and better efficiency. In a Bronco Wrangler world, Toyota just proved you can add electrified torque to a body-on-frame SUV without losing the tough stuff. Expect more hybrids in this segment, and expect 4Runner resale to stay strong. This formula hits the sweet spot of capability, comfort, and long-term confidence. Bottom line, It still feels like a 4Runner, only faster, calmer, and more useful every day. If the trim you want offers I-Force Max, it's worth it. If you trail hard, the Pro makes sense. If you split school runs and dirt roads, the off-road is the smarter buy. Agree? Disagree? Tell me. Which trim would you take, and would you go hybrid or stick with the standard setup? If this helped, tap like, drop your questions in the comments, and subscribe for our full comparison against Bronco and Wrangler 4X coming soon.